Hello coders, sorry about that. I had a bit of a problem with the camera. Today we're going to be doing some database testing, or some setup of database testing. We don't have long, unfortunately, so we are going to get cracking. Let's get into the code. I'm just going to set up the everything up. So this is running in a Docker machine. So I need to do start, run that. And also we're gonna just take a look whilst that runs and gets the IP address. We're just gonna check a couple of things. I was playing with all this last night, that's fine. What I want to be dealing with is integration tests today. Tests, and then we've got integration here. So we've got the database. That's what I want to be playing with, the database and the repositories, I think. Okay, that's all set up well, I guess. Yeah, it's running off of a dump. That's fine. What I would like to do, though, is play around with the code coverage, if I can. And I can't remember where that's all set up. I think it's down here. Yeah, it is. So that's fine. Can I do this on a suite level? Let me just check and see where we are with this. That's good. So if we did an eval, okay. So now I should be able to do make test, and then we should have our integration test. So if I ran that, we should group manager. I need to do make test clean. These are all little helper jobbies that I've got here. I think what I'll do is I'll run make test clean whilst I do the make test integration. That's probably wise, isn't it? So this is my big make file. We're looking for tests, test, integration. That's where we are. And I need to run that and that together. So test integration, test clean, tests does the whole suite. Test coverage does the whole suite with coverage. Test integration coverage does the whole suite. What does integration with that? Okay. Okay, I'm just gonna have to remember to run make clean and make. That's fine. All right. Anyway, enough of that. Let's run the integration test. See what we've got so far. I think we've got like 7 tests, something like that, maybe. Might be more. These take time because they drop the database, and then 22. We have 22 tests. It's because they drop the database and then recreate them at a given point. That's what the dump SQL does. So okay, so we do have. I thought we hardly had anything. The customer bridge and the subscription bridge, I know that they're failing. Don't worry about them. It's something else that I need to work on. It's a constraint and the register is a constraint violation. And another thing that I'm having to work on due to the changes that I've put in. So don't worry about those 3. I know what they are. Today I want to focus, though, those aren't database tests. I want to focus on the managers and the repositories. See, we only have one. We don't have many in here. And I wouldn't mind getting some form of eyes on what it is that we're testing here. So if I was to run make integration coverage, let's see. I don't know if this is going to work because of those failures. I may have to fix those failures before I get it to work, and if that's the case, then I'll just comment out the tests, or skip the tests. Yeah, I'll skip the tests. I don't know. All right, whilst that runs, it will be putting, yeah, it has ran that coverage. I'm just gonna grab the file. It's in, where does it live? Where does it live? Actually, I might be able to do it straight from PHP Storm. I wonder if I can do that. Right, that would be in here. It would be in outputs, and then, okay, that's not what I was thinking. It should be an output, shouldn't it? Huh. I thought the coverage goes in output, and it's empty. That's strange. Support generated. No, that's something else, isn't it? Data, that's the dump file. It's not in any of these things, I don't think. Nope. Nope. Huh. I mean, maybe it didn't do it because of the... Let's. I tell you what. Let's skip those tests. There's 2 failures and the 1 broken one. So let's skip them. Let's do that. Register test is it's a test, isn't it? It's off of integration validator. There we go. Integration validator. Register test, and I think it's this one here. Can I do at skip? Is that possible? Can I do that? Skip recording, skip. There must be some form of skippable thing. Mine's gone blank. PHP unit skip test. Incomplete tests. How to skip tests in PHP unit. Skipping tests. Mark tests as skipped. I don't really want to do that. Can I just do it from an annotation, please? It'd be so much easier if I can do it from an annotation. Covers, depends, expected, large, run test, test doc. Ugh. Annotation. Allow to skip tests using annotations. Apparently, okay, maybe I'll just do that. Test data provide annotation. There's no way of. How do I skip tests in PHP unit? There must be. There's a filter. So they're all suggesting to use this. Okay, fine. Let's do that. I don't know if I've got that available. Yes, I do. Okay. Okay, so it's that one, and then which one was it? It was that one, and then it was customer bridge. No, I don't want to click on that. Thank you. It was customer bridge test. Customer bridge test. Test with valid user. Test valid user with invalid payment method. Yeah, that's the one. And then the subscription bridge test as well. Subscription bridge test. All right. Boom. Oops. Nope. It's that, isn't it? Skipped test. Right, let's run this again. I don't know if I have to clean it. I don't know. No. So the subscription bridge and the customer bridge, they're going to be rewritten. And I probably won't do that until later on in the year. And the register test does need to be fixed. Okay, so what was that? Okay, but incomplete skip tests or risky tests. Run with V to get more information about skips or incomplete tests. That's fine. But are you going to create me my test coverage? Because last time you did this, you went to here and then it went error 1. So here we go. There we go. It's generated. Boom. Okay, so can I now go back into in here and have a look into output? Output is still empty. What? Okay, this is very suspicious. Let's go back into my make file a minute. That's what we're running here. And I'm sure I've ran that before without a failure, without any issue, and I'm sure I've seen the output. Where are you? Backups, bin, config, environments, public. It's not environments, is it? That's all Docker stuff. Okay, let's go back to my codeception paths, coverage, include. Yeah, it's all done. It's all set up. Where is it? Rats. It's not a daft thing with Docker, is it? It's not the fact that it's actually built, but my PHP Storm can't read it because it's being an idiot. Let's, because that sometimes happens. Let's get into Bash. Let's actually have a look at what's on disk. Let's do an ls or, yeah, cd of tests. And then I'm sure it's in output. Oh yeah, look, so we can see that there's coverage and we can see that there's all of that stuff, but it's just not on PHP Storm. That's just really ridiculous. Bugger. Okay, let's see if it's actually on my file system and not just in the container. And let's also see if I can run it straight from here. That's really inconvenient. Thanks, PHP Storm. It's probably a setup that I've got wrong. So let me just find the code. Bear with a minute. Code, how to code well, website, API, and I'm looking for what am I looking for? I'm looking for tests, aren't I? And I'm looking for output. Okay, so I can see it on the I can see it in my file system. I just can't see it in PHP Storm. Interesting. Okay, let me just, all right, I'll run this from here, I guess. Let's open with Google Chrome. There we go. That's the test coverage. So bearing in mind that these are only testing the managers and the repositories and the validators, I think, it doesn't matter with these other bits. What I'm thinking of doing is maybe if there was a way of constricting this down to just these folders, that would be grand. But in the repository here, we've got there isn't much, is there? That's not good. that certainly isn't good. Let's have a look at some of these author repos. They're not actually that full, to be fair. These are just sort of placeholders. This one's got some more bits and pieces, so we can certainly do the find by ID. That's putting on the is active thing in here. Contacts repo. Okay, how have I managed to get that all 100%, but not that? Interesting. Not this bit. Interesting. Okay. I guess first up, what we should do is constrict all of this stuff. So in terms of like the integration tests, there's no need to do any testing around the schemas, the utils, the response. In terms of the database side of integration tests, we also have API tests that test everything. They're like, and we have acceptance tests which run through the CMS, and of course we've got the 350 odd unit tests that do hit a lot of stuff. But for the integration, I just want to be testing the integration of things that touch the other things like the database. So what I'm thinking of doing is maybe looking at creating a suite like this, a coverage, not a suite, sorry, a coverage config, specifically on my integration. So let me just see where that is. Let's put that in split. So it needs to go up to, I think I can just put this in here. I think this is going to override what is in here. So I think that's the case. So what I need to do is exclude a lot of other stuff. So what we could exclude, just to try it out, let's exclude AWS for a second. So that's SRC, AWS, and also, whilst we're at it, let's exclude the entities as well, and let's exclude the form. Some of these I might end up opening up, again, and going, well, actually, we should be testing AWS in an integration test, and we should be testing. Let's get rid of the entities as well. I mean, sure, some of these tests will probably touch upon these elements, but all right. Let's just see if I can run the integration tests again. We're gonna have to come out of this. Actually, let's just exit out of this container and run that again. And hopefully it will use this configuration instead of this, to supersede this configuration. And fingers crossed, we should see in the outputs AWS disappearing and entity disappearing. Hopefully, fingers crossed. Hopefully. I'm not sure because there's like 4 or 5. Well, we've got APIs, we've got integration, we've got acceptance, we've got unit. I haven't done any functional, but that's integration anyway. So we got 4 different suites. I haven't tested yet whether or not the suites, the coverage, get grouped together, or whether it's a coverage for the individual suites. Meh. I mean, we may go down the route of having coverage reports for the individual suites, but it would be good to have an overall percentage of everything. So, run the suite or run all the suites. That's what I'm kind of talking about. All right, let's see now. So that's all passed, or ran through at least. Let's refresh this. Yes, we can see that the entities have gone, but we can still see the entity in this report. And the AWS. That's annoying. Okay. Maybe we can't. Okay, never mind. Thinking aloud, I don't think this is a good idea. I think it's probably best to run it from the top level codeception YAML. I think. And just be concerned with these things. I want to write some code. So I don't want to spend all my morning stuck in YAML world. That's driving anyone nuts. All right. So as we're in here, let's have a look at some things, shall we? So let's just focus on the repos. And we can see the complexity lines, can't we? So 7, 8, 1. So 1 would be really small, right? So that, which is tiny, which is sort of like not even worth it. The test would be to ensure that the image class gets passed in and we can actually run the repo. Wow, I built that in 2018. Interesting. Testing old code here. So the ones that probably need to be looked at are the ones that have more than one and are empty, right? So we got the big hitters here. So the 12 and the 14 and the 37, which we probably, well, we're going to need to do a lot more work on, aren't we? Really. There's some quite big, I mean, that does a join. There's quite some hairy ones in there. So I'm not overly worried about the ones with 1. Let's take a look at what's this one with 2. So there's that, and then there's a find by ID, limit of 10. So with this, I could do a test to ensure that there is only 10 that comes back. Yeah, all right, let's have a play with that. Which one's this? It was the tutorial repo. Let's get in some code. Where's PHP Storm gone? There we go. So I'm going to do a quick rollback on this because I don't want to play around with that. Let's get rid of that for a second, and we're going to go into testing integration repository, and we're going to I'll grab that, and this is going to be, is it tutorial repo? Grand. Okay, let's rename that. And the test is going to be find all active. Find all active. Okay, so we grab the service doctrine, we do an entity get repository. At this point, we can do tutorial, and then that will be class. That's great. Let's change that to be tutorial repo. Let's get rid of some of this stuff. We don't need that. And then repo is get repository. We want to do tutorials, and it is find all active. We want to pass in, well, let's do it default. So find all active default. Find all active default, because there's a couple of ways we can test this, isn't there? There's a couple of outcomes. One is to not pass anything in. So we want to make sure that that comes back as an array first up. So we want to make sure that that is, we want to assert that that is array. And we also want to, what should we do? We know that there's going to be more than 10, so what we should do is make sure that there is a greater than. So assert greater than or equal. Yeah, let's do less than, sorry. Yeah. Less than it needs to be less than 11. So if we did a count of tutorials and that was 11, expected is less than 11, actual is the count. Okay, all right, let's see if I can just run this test. Let's get back into here, let's come out of this, get into the container again, and let's run bin code sep run. It's an integration -G because we want to group it by that one test. Okay, we got a syntax error. Line 33. Line 33. Ah, yes, missing a brace. Wonderful. Okay, so let's just, I can't run the code coverage whilst doing this, so well, I could, but nah. Let me just get back into this a minute. One outside the container, one inside the container. And I want to run make integration coverage. I just want to see what I've done to that. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Whilst this is going, I'm going to just get into Git Status a second, because there's a few things I've changed. These were the stuff I was working on last night, but I just want to record the skipped tests and the makefile. Let me just do a git diff of makefile. What have I done? All right. Git checkout. I think that was a mistake. The SQL I need to, and the migration I need to leave, and so I need to leave the HTC. I should really probably put those in a stash. Let's do that. Git stash. What I should have done is I should have stashed everything before I started. Hang on, let me think about this for a second. That was the one we've just done, right? That was and we've skipped out these as well, and that one. So it is git commit -m, skipping test. Yeah, bear with, I just need to clean up my stuff for a second. And we also did it was that one that we did, and it was that one. Can I do this with I think I can. If I can put a space in, I should be able to do that one and that one, right? There we go. So if we did a git status now, that's the one that we've just done. So I'm going to do a git commit of this. Adding test. Git status now should have everything I was working on last night, which can be stashed away. Oh no, I can't stash it, can I? Damn. I need that. I need that, and therefore I need that. I can stash all that. All right. Okay. Let's do a git commit -m. So it's this one, and it's this one. All right. Git status. Hold on. What have I just done? Modified and deleted. Git use restore. I need to do a git add, don't I? Yep. Okay. Okay. Yep. Sorry. 2 seconds whilst I just deal with my... That's it. Right. Now I can do a git stash. Save. WIP. Good. So now we should have nothing on the repo. Good. It's clean. Okay. Right. Let's get rid of that now. Right. Back to where we were. So that's done the build. So let's have a look and see. There we go. Marvelous. Let's test out the limit. Let's get rid of this. So this is going to be find all active limit. Same as before, but I'm going to do true and 2. I want to get assert count or equal or can I do a count? Yeah. Count is expected count in the haystack. So that would be 2, and then that would be the tutorials. Yeah. All right, let me run that again. It was limit, wasn't it? Oh dear. That was because I stashed those changes. Damn. I might have to... great. Git stash. Apply. Right. I'm just going to have to be careful, I think. There we go, that's done. Okay, let's move on to another one. So that's that one out the door. Number 7, tag repo. Let's have a look at that. Find by ID, where you've got the string of ID, and then is active is null. Find by ID passing that in. If is null is active, parameters active is active. So find one by parameters. So it's checking whether or not it's finding the ID, but that doesn't really make any sense. Why did I write it like that? Is active only finds courses that are active if true. If null, then both active and inactive courses will be found. Okay. And then there's this one, which is the find all, and we are forcing it to be active. When did I write this? 2018. It explains a lot. All right. This is tag repo. Let's deal with that. Hang on. Let me just double check whether these are actually being used, because it was such a long time when I wrote this code. I want to just make sure that these are actually, this isn't stale code. So this would be tag repository, right? So tag manager, get repo. Let me just see how this comes apart. So we've got the CMSs, that's all great. API tag controller, this is probably where it's going to be living. We've got the index find all. So the find all is used, but I can't find the find all. I don't think the find all by ID is used. Oh, no, it is used. It's used here. But is that used? Because that's grayed out. API tag controller. No, it's not used. I think I could probably get away with getting rid of this, because there isn't anything else that extends the controller. It's just that. So I think we can get rid of this. When was this written? Do I have a date on there? No. So I reckon I can get rid of this. And I reckon I could probably get rid of, on the repo, if we have a look at the manager for a second. Yeah, that's all it is. It's just a base class. That's fine. So we can get rid of that. And then on the get repo, I think we can get rid of the this thing. However, why is that now green? Missing function return on declaration. Okay, that's fine. So I think we can get rid of this. Find by ID. Let me just double check in SRC for a second. Okay, that's the tag repo. That's the categories. Resource. Category course entity. Yeah, I think we're safe. I think we can get rid of this. If not, the other test will tell me, so that's fine. Which means now that we only have to worry about this. And that should return an array. And this is only returning true. So I'm going to refactor this a little bit. active is equal to true. Gives you the opportunity to have both find all active true. Okay. Right, and then we're going to test that tag repo. So find all. This is the repository tag. Find all active default. So this is tag find all. Now the problem is I can already see now that there's a bit of inconsistency going on. We got find all active, which is off of the tutorial, right? Which is that. I'm wondering if this needs to be called find all and then we remove the active, because that doesn't make any sense. Find all, allow them to have that, and allow limit, and potentially do the same thing for the tag too. Okay, I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself. Let me just test this. So this is find all. This is a tag repo, that's why I can't find that. Because it's good to have some consistency, right? Tag, did I not import that correctly? Tag repository. It'd be nice to have some consistency across my find all. Good morning, SPX static DK. Good morning to you. Tag. That's tags. We want to make sure that that is an array. And I think for now that's fine. We do have in our data fixtures somewhere, in our tag fixtures, we do have a set amount of tags. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We've got 8 tags. So we could do a hard check on that. Let's try that. So in tag repo, we could make sure that there is definitely 8 tags. Okay, let me see if I can run this. Get rid of that. And only run that. Yeah. It didn't snow last night, which is quite nice. It's thawing out, which gives me a bit of an opportunity to do some gardening, which is nice. I'm kind of looking for ways to peel myself away from the machine, from the computer, over the lunch periods. So I'm glad it's starting to warm up. But last few days it's been quite heavily snowed on the ground. Well, not heavily. It's been snowed on the ground to the point where you can't do anything, like outside, apart from throw snowballs at each other. But my garden is in a bit of a mess, so I want to tidy it up. So I've been kind of hoping that it's going to thaw out, and it looks like it's on its way, which is good. That's done. Let me run this with the code coverage once more. I want to refactor that should have disappeared. I want to refactor the tutorials, and I don't know how badly that's going to. I want to remove the find all active. I want to just call that find all. So let's have a look in here. Where is being called find all active? So course repository, home page controller for the CMS, tutorial repo. Okay, there's only a few places, and the tutorial one is there. It looks like it's doing it on both the course and the tutorial. Okay. So we'll refactor as we go. Let's have a look at the code coverage now. Let's refresh this. There we go. That's all done. That's all good stuff. So let's go and break the tutorial jobbies. I tell you what I should do is we did sorry, I'm going all over the place, aren't I? Let's have a look at where they're being caught from. That one will break, and obviously this will break. So yeah, that's fine. I don't have any tests on that, I don't think. I've certainly got tests on this. We just put those in. Right, let's change that to be find all. And also let's change the test to be find all. And also it's that one. Find all active. So it looks like we need to do it on the course as well. Let me just run all the integration tests once more, just to make sure that I haven't broken anything. And it looks like we need to do it on the course. Let me just see. We got course repo tests, find all external. Grab service, find all external, that's fine. So we haven't actually got a test for the find all. Naughty, naughty. Come on. There we go. So if we had a look at repos and then had a look at the course, this one here, we should have a find all active. There we go. So we need to change that to be find all, and we need to test it. It hasn't been tested. Whoa, there was an error there. Undefined method find all active. The method must start with or either by, find one by. What? This is tutorial repo test. Oh dear, what have I done? I think I've broken it. Okay. That's weird. Undefined method find all active. There is no find all active now. I've just removed it. That's where I am. Oh, I haven't changed the one above. Sorry. Lol. Whoa, tiny code. Okay, let me run this again. Make sure that that's all good. Dolt. And I'm going to get rid of all this because they're not needed. Let's get a test going in here once this does its thing. And we're going to call this find all default. This is going to run course repo. So we got find all and find all active. Really? I guess find all is their base class, right? Find all, yeah, it is. So basically I'm overriding this. I don't think this is even possible. Maybe I called it find all active to get around this issue, because essentially what I'm doing here, it's not abstract, is it? I'm overloading this. Okay, that's saying it's all good. So let's do a find all. Let's go back into the. There we go. That's what I want. No, that's not what I want. Woo, that's what I want. And I want this to be find all. There we go. And I want... Why is that red? What have I done? Method with the same name already exists. Really now? That doesn't make any sense. So you got find all, and you got find all active down here. When did I write this code? 2018. Okay. So now I need to see where that's being used in my code. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. That's resource. Actually, it should be okay because all I'm doing is adding defaults to it, so that's all right. Let's remove that. Bye-bye. And it's that we're going to remove, because all I'm doing is adding defaults to it, so that's okay. Yeah, that should be right. The only thing is that this isn't it. This is set to 10, so I might have to null that back, and then check whether it's set, and then if it is, put in the limit. But for now I think it's all right. Let's change that to be find all, and we want that to be greater than 0. and also make sure that this is coming back as an array. Let's change that to be self. Actually, we can copy that. And we want to do greater than 1, and we want to do less than 10, because we want to check that the less than 11. Find all. Default. All right, let's crack that up. I think I'm going to have to nullify that. Make it nullable, make the limit nullable. So if there's no limit, then everything gets returned. Yeah, let's do that. And I should probably do this for all of them as well. So on find all here, we want to make that nullable. So null or the limit. Oops, like that. And then what we want to do is have params is equal to active is equal to whatever the active is, which would default to true. And then we want to do if limit if null does not equal the limit, then we want to add a param in here. No, we don't. No, we don't. Okay, how am I going to do this? Because the limit goes to this side. Find all. Oh, limit is nullable anyway. Okay, that's fine. Oh, well, that's all right. If the limit is nullable, then there's no need for this. So there's no need for that. So it could either be null, or it could be, but the default is 10. So let's get rid of this. Defaults to 10, there we go, to 10, because then that keeps backwards compatibility. So what I need to do is, in the course test, we're going to grab that. It is no limit. No limit. Let's pass that as true and null. So that should be greater than 10, greater than 11. Because we know that there's 16 courses, so that should be fine. Well, that can be set to greater than 10. Right, let's test that and see if that works. And then I'll test them all. Nope. Nope. Failed asserting that 6 is greater than 10. Okay. Do we only have 6 courses? That doesn't make sense. Oh, this is running off of the test database. Yes. Okay, then in that case, let's change the find all down to 3 and ensure that this is less than hang on, this one here, make sure that that is less than 3, greater than 3, sorry. Yes, that passed. Now, I can't push this up because I've just set the default to 3, whereas the default should be 10. So that's going to be trouble. That needs to be 10 to keep the compatibility with the pagination of everything else. So I guess the way to test this is to add more courses, right? I think what I'm going to do is just write in a to-do. Add more test courses and increase the greater than check. Yeah, let's run this. It should still pass, but it's not strictly doing it without any limit. Okay, cool. So, all right, let's now run all of the tests and see where we're at. And I also, whilst we're here, we need to check on find all active for course repo on the home page. That needs to be now find all. There we go. So we've refactored that and that. Tutorials and courses, which is pretty good for like an hour's stream. And I think we added like 3 or 4 tests. That's not so bad, is it? Let's click on this. Have you done your... Oh no, it's still doing it. Bear with me. Still doing it. Still building the coverage. There we go. Awesome. So we need to do find by ID and find all externals done. Find by slug needs to be done, and find all package needs to be done. But we're getting there. 44% done on this, which isn't so bad. Yeah, it's an interesting. At the moment, after my normal day work, last night I was working on the social login side of the stuff. That's what all those that code that hasn't been committed does. So whilst that's going in the background, I'm kind of doing some testing around other bits. So that's kind of working. Let's do a Git status a second. We need to put in the changes that we've passed in, and unfortunately we're going to have to git add. We're going to have to work around the things I did last night just because they're not ready to go up yet. So it was all the tests, wasn't it? So it was you and you and you. We're waiting on those. That's fine. We also did this. This as well. And this. We changed this, and we changed that too. Good stuff. So if I did git status now, and we did git commit minus am, minus m, not a, adding database tests. Brilliant. And if I did a git status. Awesome. Now, as this is in, I'm going to, as that's my, yeah, that's good. That's good. Okay, great. That's fine. And I'll work on these tonight, I think. Good. Git push. Brilliant. Cool. %. Nice. Be great to get a lot more of these done, I think. But anyway, it's 8:30. I need to get ready for my usual work. So thank you very much, King, for just following. I do apologize. I need to shoot off. I'm freelance dev, so I need to get on and crack on with the rest of my day. But thank you ever so much for just following on just there right at the end of the show. Thank you very much. Next time I'm going to be live will be probably Sunday at 14:30 GMT. I'm also going to be doing a live YouTube podcast on Thursday. That will happen about 8 o'clock GMT on Thursday. But anyway, I need to crack on, grab some breakfast, and then get on with the rest of the day. Thank you ever so much for watching. Happy coding, everyone, and I'll see you again soon. Cheers. Bye-bye.